step to him and play with him. So they face to face had some words or whatever, so Rail out of nowhere pulls out a weapon like, what it is, what time it is, what y'all do? So they bags up immediately and like, wait the crew get here, wait the fast Vito and all them get back here. Or we gonna show you, they already told me what they did, they jumped you senseless. Or we about to hand you up in here. So whatever. And Rail like, boy, y'all ain't having nobody, boy. I'ma show you each and every one of y'all what time it is. Boy, everybody sleep up here, everybody sleep in prison. So they just walking in prison doing misdemeanor stuff. So they end up passing by Q and Baby Charles, and as they pass by, boy, that was salutes them. And I can see Ralph look at him like, man, what you doing? I just told you what you did to me. Okay, so they going all around the prison. They even testing the new jacks to see who of those people who got fear in them, you know what I'm saying, see who they each is prey. So they really ain't making no moves at this time. They just really waiting on till they in full force. So nightfall. Later on in the night, all these scuffling going on by Ralph and Port Allen. And you hear Ralph say, man, you supposed to be my boy. And Port Allen say, I am your boy. That's why I was looking out for you, man. I couldn't really win in your shit because you all took my property, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't go to your show, you know what I'm saying? But I let you win with that. And then you hear Ralph say, all right, man, all right, one time. So he ended up letting Port Allen have sex with him. Okay, so that's not even the issue. Okay, let's move on. Next day, they end up releasing and Tay-Tay. So when they get back to the dorm, or they get to running everything to him, like, letting them know what's been going on in the prison, and then he just busts out and say, yeah, and Ralph a boy now, meaning a bitch. And Ralph like, man, what you mean? And then Port Allen hit him. Wow, I mean, you a bitch, you a bitch. So he's like, yeah, bro, he bowed down to Port Allen, he don't want that. He don't want that, so okay, let's just keep going. The next day, they release everybody back. Buttman, Big Bambino, Lil Bambino, the whole crew is back in the dorm now. Now, this is when shit starts to get crazy. So that and the whole first night they
speed don't mean shit right here. Technique, nigga.
Because now they classify him like they classify
especially with no O-line.
Fred, and many others before him. He just classified as a boy now. So they spend that whole first night breaking him in. Okay, now, the next day, everybody just forget the fact that, Paul was in the prison, that Rim in the prison, so Buttman started putting together a plan for Ralph, Tay-Tay, all the boys to sneak in drugs in the prison through Vincent. So about a week go by, and now they back functioning. They got the drugs in, they back pushing drugs through, the prison. And this one guy who came in was a new jack named Terrell. He ended up spending money with them, and like minutes before him, he goes broke and starts to credit. Okay, but before, we get to that, everybody's out doing their thing, doing their own deals. And they find D knocked out in the bathroom. So, Buttman going up there, we gonna get some mess. We gonna get some mess. Whatever the D up here. And he don't know who knocked him out because they knocked him out from the back and took all his product. And don't nobody know who knocked him out and took his product. So, okay, a couple of days go by and they still haven't found out who knocked me out and took his product. So this is just normal. It's back to the regular scheduled program. So they back through there, slanging and hustling, making deals or whatever, and they even go up to Terrell. Hey, man, hey, bro, you gotta come on with this money, man. Man, you steady coming trying to get me, and you ain't paying back what you owe. hey bro, you don't want to see what happens, man. You better ask around the prison or whatever. They let him know, they give him fair warning and fair chance, He shouldn't even been involved with this, But he'll do Jack, and you can't tell most of them cats nothing, So okay, a little bit of time go by, and they find Tay knocked out in the bathroom, and all his product gone. So now they just now about to let this slide. Somebody got to answer for this. They need somebody to answer so they can make an example, and hopefully people will stop, whoever it is, stop doing it. They don't really care who, they just gonna find somebody.
User.
So and they snatch Terrell out of his bed, the new Jack. They snatch him out of his bed and take him to the bathroom, and they all got him surrounded. It's the full group. They all got him surrounded. You know what I'm saying? And Budman started talking to him. Hey man, you need some answers, man. You need to talk to me, man. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. And hey, but we think it's just that jail play.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia.
They about to make an example out of you, whether it's you or not. So Terrell like, man, it ain't me, man. I swear, man, I ain't do nothing, man. Man, I come to y'all spending with y'all favorite, man. Yeah, I owe y'all some money, but I promise y'all gonna get y'all money. He like, nah, man, cause you be back chasing this shit, man. You got that ball going on that shit till you lost your place. And so Terrell like, man, I would never do nothing like that, man. Man, I come with you, man. You been giving me, man. Why would I even do something like this? So they ain't trying to really hear what this dude got to say. You know what I'm saying? So Budman just hit it, bow, and he tell him, get him, hold him down. So they all grabbing him and holding the man down and get the pulling off his clothes and shit like that. And then Budman pulled out the toothpaste in jail, put it on his shelf, and go up in the man. Now they end up raping this man. Everybody in there taking turns raping this man. You feel what I'm saying? And they knowing the whole time it ain't him, but they making a big old spectacle up in there raping this man. So now keep in mind, they want the whole prison to hear what's going on, so nobody try him again. So they up there, yeah. And the man hollering to the top of his lungs, somebody help me, don't let them do this to me. Y'all don't let them do this to me. Don't let them do this to me. But I'm going to tell you the one thing.
28-7.
Position and get involved with no life that you can't handle yourself.
Special teams score, no offensive score. 28-7.
Ain't nobody about to put themselves on the
Count the math, you ain't got nothing to
they
do.
can become you. Understand it? So he said, help me, man. Don't let them do this to me. Don't let them.
No. You see the fast guys, and you see open space.
Steady going up in space. Steady going up in space. And they taking turns at it. And everybody in that bathroom that went up in this man. So that following day, they walking around with Terrell, parading him around the whole prison. He got his head down, he ain't looking at nobody in the eyes. They just parading him. Yeah. And you see what happened when people try other time. You see what happened when we do to people. So now, days and days go by, so now they conform to real to their life. You know, he a boy now. You know what I'm saying? And he rolling with him. And he down there by him now. So it's just crazy. They back to their regular schedule program and hustling and doing everything they supposed to do. Everybody making their individual deals. You know, when they bring all the money back, that's how they hustle. You know what I'm saying? And they live quite good up in there. So, you know, days go by, and you see Fred come pulling up out of the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, trying to get somewhere out the bathroom, and he hollered, "Babe, I know he finally makes it back down there by the crew, and he telling Bud, man, it's real doing this, man, real, going to get something, and load into the bathroom, and then do tries to steal it on me, man, do something, man, let's go get him. So they already know Real got a weapon. So they ain't just about to go back in and do it up. So you see Real like this sitting on his bunk. So they know Real got an axe to grind with him. And he came back and y'all already had the hands. Y'all know Real had the hands before, you know, D turned him out in that cell. You know what I'm saying? So they just know we got a plan on Real to take Real. We ain't gonna just go at him. They trying to go at him with brute force and we're like to kick him out guard. So now they all back operating, doing their thing, but they being real careful how they move. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you know they plotting on Real. Because they can't just let him slide. Because if you let him get away with this, then everybody else gonna know the secret to get you off their back. So they gotta get Real. They gotta get. Okay, let's just say a full 2 to 3 weeks passed by and nothing's happened. Nobody did nothing. Now, Real then joined the program to where, you know, it's almost like a GD program or something like that. You know, where he leaves out the door every couple hours or whatever. And he comes back in. So he's doing other things. And it's like, you know, trying to improve himself while he in there. But he took his mind off of these guys. So no matter what you do, you gotta sleep. You can't stay woke forever. You can stay woke for 1, maybe even 2 days. But by the 3rd day, your eyes just gonna close. But in this instance, Real finally closed his eyes in the hours early morning of the next day. I swear, they had to wake Real up around about 4 o'clock in the morning, holding him down. 15 people gathered around Real, holding Real down, and started tying Real up. And they still holding him while they got him tied down. And everybody started punching him and hitting him and punching him and hitting him. Then finally pulled out and pulled Real clothes down, then pulled his
fuck out of here, nigga.
And with no communication, no nothing. It's on top of Real and goes up in Real. Real don't make a sound. But to add injury to insult, boy, they start chugging with their weapon. Start chugging him. Chugging him, and that's when you heard Real.
They'll start this drive at their own 48.
Just one. And nobody helped or nothing. And I wasn't about to put my life on the line because I didn't put myself in the midst of these guys. I didn't do it. If you remember when Real first came in that prison, not this Joseph, but his first Joseph, when he got turned out, he thought he was the baddest man. He had the hands they played that confidence game. He got involved with these guys. So I'm not going to put my life on the line or even draw attention to myself.
And that's the danger when you
because of a way that you put your life in, and I know it sounds horrible, but that's the way it is. And if you was in this position, you would do the same thing, or you would be in Real position, and you wouldn't be here to tell a story. So Real laid there in his own blood, and to the guards came in the next morning for check and count. And it was about 5 o'clock, so he played there for about 45 minutes to an hour before they came in and seen him and took him into the infirmary. But when the guards came back in there, somebody had the answer for what happened to Real.
Pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up.
To write statements and to figure out what they seen. So